All right, we've done just a line chart, and we've done this crazy different scatter chart. And you'll notice that on the right side, it keeps all of the plots. So you can go back and take a look at all the different things that you've done. And it keeps them all for you. So that's, you don't need them all, but if you wanted to export any of these things over here, you can save all plots or save a plot and save it as something. Later on, we'll get into how to make it a little bit bigger. As far as these are pretty small, as far as the kind of standard size. So you can actually make these a little bit larger, but you can save these and bring it to a where you want to save it to, etc., etc. So you can do those kinds of things, and then put the chart into another report. So that's a way to kind of think about how you would want to take this stuff out and then communicate it. All right, let's get to another chart. Let's talk about a bar chart. All right, so let's talk bar charts. All right, and a bar chart, again, where you've seen them before. You've done them in Excel. You've done them maybe you've even tried Tableau. So let's at least describe what we're going to do here. So the X data is 9 numbers from 0 to 7 and adding 0.5. The Y data is a set of 8 numbers between 2 and 7. So that's the data that we're going to create here. The variables to play with in a barcode is the width of the bars, the edge color, and the width of the line. So we'll play around with it. So the variables to play with in the bar chart code is the width of the bars, the edge color, and the width of the lines. All right, so this is a pretty simple bar chart, what we're going to try and do here. All right, so again, we'll put our pound, start a cell here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make the data. So we're making the data. And here we go. So the first one is we're going to start with a random seed, NP, random seed, dot seed. And we'll make that 3 again. We're going to say X is equal to 0.5 plus NP arrange, and we want 8 numbers. Okay. We want, let's see, let's do that, and then we'll have our Y is going to equal NP, a numpy random dot uniform, so it's coming from a uniform distribution from 2 to 7 by the length of X. Okay, and X being 8 numbers. Okay. All right. So that's our data. Now let's make the plot. So let's make the bar chart. All right, and we're going to always start with FIG, comma, AX, X is equal to PLT dot subplots. All right, and we want to make sure that make this a cell, so we run the whole thing. We will then start figuring out what the bar is. So AX dot bar. So we want to do a bar chart of X and Y. The width, we'll make that equal to 1. We'll have the edge color equal to white. And we'll make the line width equal to 0.07. Okay, 0.07. Good. Okay, so that's our bar chart. That's all you got. That's what you need. Again, we'll do our ax.set, and we've got our x limit is equal to 0 to 8. We've got our x ticks equal to np dot a range, and we'll have that go from 1 to 8. And then we've got y limit is going to equal 0 to 8, and then our y ticks is going to equal np dot a range from 1 to 8. I put the space in there. You don't need it, but I just put it in there. And then the last line is plt dot show. There you go. All right, and so let's run our data. So we can take a look at our variable view first of all, see what our x and y is going to be. So let's run that data. Let's run that cell. All right, so our x 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. Okay, so those are our x's. Our y's, here are our y's. And now we're going to run the bar chart, and we should see a plot show up here. So let's run this cell, and let's take a look at our plot. Here's our plot. All right. Now you notice that it's hard to see kind of between the different boxes, right? Because I ended up putting a 0.07. It's 0.7, right? So if I run this again, you'll be able to see those lines a little bit better, right? And the bigger, the more width you put in there, say make it 1.5, just double that, run it again. You know, you can start seeing a little bit more definition of your bars. If you wanted to change the width, make it maybe 0.5, you can rerun it, and you can see narrower bars, right? If you want to make your edge color, right, it doesn't, for this it doesn't matter, right? But if we went back and made this 1.0, if we made the edge color, let's see what would be a good, yeah, let's make it yellow. Right, let's go with yellow, and we can run that. Now we have our blue with the edge color of yellow. So those are a few things that we can kind of mess with, right? I would imagine that we probably, and I'm just going to take a stab at this one, just the same way we had C up here, right? I would imagine we'd be able to define C equals, let's go with green, and let's see if that works, right? So, you know, again, some of this is, you know, I'm going to learn from what I did before, and maybe this will work, maybe it won't. Let's see. Nope, it didn't like C, so let's write out color completely, and let's try that. Okay, it did like that. So here, you know, you can always go with a basic blue, but why not go with something that may be more relevant to the company, right? So you're putting it in, you know, obviously this is University of Oregon colors. So, you know, this, if I'm doing something for the University of Oregon Athletic Department, it would be a good idea to use colors that would be similar or would give a reaction. Oh, okay, that's our colors. You know, okay, I get that. And maybe if this is a whole list of different players, and some of the players are Oregon players and the rest of them are not, maybe we just figure out how to identify just for the Oregon players, put them in green. So that way we can instantly see how our Oregon players are doing relative to everybody else in the NCAA. So that's a bar chart.